No rest for the three candidates who are fervently trying to become the 111th mayor of New York City. They have been on the campaign trail for months, and if they don't tell you they're tired, well, you haven't asked them. But the candidates running on a kind of energy few ever encounter. Early voting, a huge turnout so far. The boroughs combined tallying more than 223,000 votes. The two highest in Brooklyn and Manhattan, and it's only day 3 of early voting. And many believe it will mean more people coming to the ballot box by the time November 1st comes to an end. CeFaan Kim with the latest on the candidates, Mandani, Cuomo, and Sliwa. He's in Harlem. CeFaan.
Well, Bill, there's no doubt there's been high enthusiasm in this mayor's race, and now there is record early voting numbers to prove it. But the numbers also show there's been a dramatic shift in who is turning out to vote. So the question is, which candidate does that help?
Young people.
Thank you. As the Democratic mayoral nominee pressed the flesh on the Upper East Side,
Everybody take 2 steps back.
Zohran Mamdani could barely cross the street. This as a record number of early voters turned out over the weekend, 5 times as many voters as the last cycle. Voters ages 55 and older made up more than half of the turnout, a dramatic shift from the primary when young voters dominated. But Mamdani says he's not worried.
Affordability is something that is robbing them of the ability to grow old in this city.
That's the beauty of the general election, is you learn that caring about the affordability crisis, looking to actually make life that little bit easier for New Yorkers.
I feel it. I feel it on the street.
Andrew Cuomo says energy is coming his way too. With a portrait of former President Obama over his shoulder at a senior center in Harlem today, the former governor leaning into a demographic he is counting on.
In the primary, the turnout was totally different than they thought. Much younger, and the younger vote was a much higher percentage.
That is clearly advantageous to the former governor, that the senior vote, which had been dwindling, is coming back almost with logarithmic proportions.
Former Governor David Paterson, meanwhile, hinting he's set to endorse Cuomo in the coming days.
Governor Cuomo and I were trying to do it, and we had a schedule problem the other day. We want to do it together, but I think it's very clear that among the candidates, which would be the right one for the city, it would be the one that has the most experience.
Republican nominee Curtis Sliwa says Paterson's endorsement won't be changing any voters' minds.
If I were Governor David Paterson, who I know well, I would stop making an embarrassment of myself, because this guy can't figure out from one day to the next who he's endorsing.
Now, Sliwa went on to say that both of his opponents are soft on crime. He called Cuomo the architect of cash bail and Mamdani his apprentice. Reporting live in Harlem, CeFaan Kim, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.